What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Tony Real the God. Welcome to Tony Real the God Chronicles. I appreciate y'all for sitting there waiting in the queue, man. I appreciate it, man. Y'all are good sports. Y'all are good sports. Today we have brother Judah. Judah. So go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Greetings, y'all. Peace and blessings. My name is Judah, the Holy One of Israel, the head of the priesthood of God.
All right. I hope y'all got that. All right, y'all. So, as y'all can see, y'all see the title, but you already know we got to get YouTube they shit, man. So, we'll be back in 30 seconds and then we're going to start the show. Let's get it. All right, we are back. We are back with brother Judah, man, in the house. The return of the Black Messiah. Have y'all even heard of him? But if you haven't, you're about to hear about him today, this evening on Tony Real the God Chronicles, man. All right. So, brother Judah, man, how long have you been in this? Having this claim as the return of the Messiah.
I would have to say since about 2016.
It's about 2016. Oh, okay. That's a nice little piece. So how many have you converted so far?
I don't really convert, I purify. So I've been purifying the angels. Yeah, I've been purifying the angels of God. So many have really came up out of the waters, and that's the whole point of Christ's crucifixion. A lot of people was gonna take the garments. So this crucifixion just been going on, as it tell us, and but many have been purified and still being purified.
So, in the process of purifying someone, is it a process of trying to convince?
Well, no, it's actually bringing them back to remembrance.
Okay, remembrance. And remembrance of who they are or who you are?
Who they are.
And is that a long process, or is this something that you just try to just talk to them about to show them who they are, to have them reveal themselves? I mean, how does the process work?
Well, you have to be an archangel, so I'm not speaking to everyone in the world. I'm speaking to the archangels, which are the priests. So I would say it's really a process. It's just that we lazy, because once you find out who you are, you got to do the work, or you got to do the work to find out who you are. So I don't think it's more a long process. It's just more we being lazy about it.
So what we're being lazy about? What, trying to figure out who we are really on the inside? Is that more
correct?
What you're saying? Okay. So how many people believe that you are who you say you are, sir?
I wouldn't. That'll be hard for me to say, man, because I've been speaking for so long, and I've been speaking to so many people around the world. It's hard for me to give a particular number. But like I say, I have got many confirmations through many people. They believe, that God have put the Spirit in me. Which is really all I represent. And, but I don't have a particular number. Man, I don't really keep count.
You don't think it's because of I guess we can say maybe it's the unique look that you have? You don't think that's convincing for people?
Yeah, well, from what people tell me, but yeah, that's another thing that kind of give people, I would say a little more faith, You know, for when they do call me a Messiah, they're like, okay, well, you know, you do have features. So I guess they give them a little faith.
Okay. So could you explain to us this, you know, this return? Because a lot of people have asked me, you know, about you, and I was like, well, you know, you're just gonna have to watch the show, and then, you know, if the brother feel like explaining, he will. Can you please explain, you know what I'm saying, to the audience we have here about this return and why is it so important? Can you do that, brother?
Well, because God always ordained a high priest to be in the image of the I am, and that's why I was speaking with this sister today. I was like, a lot of people waiting on Jesus to come back, but God always sent the Son of Man, and this Son of Man always came from among us. Noah was the savior of his time. Jesus and Noah wasn't the savior of the same time. But we can both clarify Jesus and Noah, Moses, all these people were saviors, but they were sons of men. You know, but now we are under a false counsel, and that's the whole point of this supper or this wedding feast, because this is the information of the one that's married to God, and that's why I come in my Father's name. So the return of Christ is so-called correct in a way, but it's the way they got him coming out of the sky, or it's hocus pocus when it's just a son of man who God gonna anoint to bring us the Ark of Covenant, which is gonna be the security, so we won't drown from this flood of information. Because right now we are flooded with a lot of information, and a lot of people are drowning in it. So this Ark of the Covenant, you know, is really gonna save us, and that will be the information with that the Son of Man comes with. You know, and that's really all this is. You know, with the information of God to bring you security.
So it's not really, you know, the sky opening up and someone coming out of it.
No.
Okay, because you know, because many people talk about that. They say, you know, saying the return will happen, the sky will crack open, a light will shine, and he will return, he will glide down. Like I've heard, I've heard so many stories. I'm like, what? I like, man, y'all making this shit sound like it's about to go down. like it's gonna be a massive earthquake, some sort of chaotic event. I'm like, y'all scaring the hell out of me. Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's how God work. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I'm like, all right. You know, but yeah, I've heard so many stories, man. You know, what's good, brother Azrael? What's good, brother Azrael? And you know, I always thought, because you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not a true believer like everybody else is, but you know, I do find it to be something interesting to look into. You know what I'm saying? So when I ask people about this, I always get some sort of supernatural or spooky type explanation. And I was like, why not just give it to me plainly? Just say that somebody's going to fucking walk through the door and say, hey, I need to holler at you. I mean, but you want to tell me he going to fly? He going to, you know, have a fucking gold armor and he going to be gliding shit. He going to be cutting off it. I'm like, what the hell? Seriously, this is why I don't want to believe that shit. Like, that shit is scary. Why you gotta be fucking us up? Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? You know, so they go, oh, well, you know, the sinful. I'm like, well, if that's what he coming to do, then fuck that. I don't want to meet his ass. Like, real talk, man. But you know, I do. You know,
that's why when we try to reveal where the Bible really comes from, because this is really the groundbreaking evidence to remove the hocus pocus story. The Bible is connected to the Solomonic dynasty, which is the house of David, you know, from East Africa. And when they stole the scrolls and disconnected the Bible from East Africa and from this dynasty of people, this is how they was able to push the hocus pocus on us. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't know nothing about the real people that the Bible talk about. We only know about the allegory names, Solomon, David. So they tell us what they want about Solomon. They tell us what they want about David, because these names are allegory. in East Africa they never use these names. Ain't nobody go by Solomon. Ain't nobody go by David. So these allegorical names are connected to real people, and by us not knowing the real people, all we got what is the hocus pocus story.
So you say they're connected to real people. So are you saying that the men and women in the Bible actually existed?
Correct.
Wow, that is interesting.
But not as a David that was here thousands of years ago, because David is an allegory name for beloved ones of God. But you do have a Solomonic dynasty, which is the royal priesthood of the world. One of the most famous priesthood on the world is the Solomonic dynasty. Well, the most famous book in the world, what is the Bible?
Yeah,
that's who the Bible is connected to. And they got over 250 men who sat on the throne of David. We don't know none of them. All we know is David.
Right.
And that's the disconnection, of the Bible.
So, okay. So these names, these people that actually existed, and I guess you've proven this to be true for these people that exist by just the very meaning of what their name is. Am I following you correct?
Correct.
Okay. So they've never existed physically. Has this always been by name, not by physical? I just want to clarify that.
Well, that's just like, for instance, they had a man named Tedros II. Some call him Theodore II. He was King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He wore the title of Christ. He's from the bloodline of David. The Roman Catholic Church took the scrolls from him. This happened 150 years ago. So, was this a Christ that we know nothing about? From the bloodline of David? Qualified to walk in the Spirit of God?
Hold on. Go back. I want you to repeat that one more time. You said that you said about the scroll. I want you to repeat that again. Who was this man again?
Tedros II.
Tedros II. Okay. And what? And he came 150 years ago. What had happened with him?
150 years ago. I think it's like 153 years ago to be exact. Well, it happened in 1868.
Okay.
The Roman Catholic Church came and looted Ethiopia. Now, they said he committed suicide because he didn't want to go in prisoners because his brothers had traded on him. So, while all his brothers traded on him, he was finna go in prison to the British. So he said before he go into prison, he'll kill himself. So that's how the story goes. But after his death, they stole the biblical scrolls. Now, this is what a biblical scrolls was. It wasn't books. They stole the biblical scrolls and took them to Europe in 1868.
Okay.
And then that's when they put the false council together. That's when they put these false dates together to give to us, to this new world that was coming to America, because a lot of people don't know all this information just really came out. And the only people to teach the world is the Roman Catholic Church. So the same people that teach the world is the people who stole the scrolls.
Okay. I see where you're going. So you're saying that their information that we're all pretty much fighting against, pretty much debating against, is the flawed information, all right, that was taken from where it was pretty much purified and brought to the new world, and they twisted it. And this is the reason for the discrepancy, basically, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you're telling me that this I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that just by hearing this, I've never heard it in that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait a minute. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. So where exactly You know what I'm saying? But could you like where exactly did that they take it? You said they took it from what land exactly? They took it from Africa. They took it from Ethiopia. They took it from West Africa. Where exactly did they take it from and then twist it? Because I've always said that that we weren't in this condition before they brought us here on the slave ships. And when they took us off the slave ships, they gave us their version. So where exactly did they take it from? Was it from Egypt? Was it from Ethiopia? Was it from West Africa? Like, where did they take it from?
Northern Ethiopia, as what we would call Ethiopia today. That's where they took it from. In 1868.
So from just that area, they didn't take it from anywhere else.
No. Nope.
Okay. So is that the reason why there are, I think it was something that I read about the Ethiopian government trying to get back things that they took, the Europeans took?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Like they took like almost $1 billion worth of gold.
Whoo, that's a lot.
Probably more than it. Like man, like it's called the burning of Magdala. It's actually a figurative. It's a beautiful history story that was never told. But it's called the burning of Magdala. Man, they had over 2,000 animals carried off gold.
Mm-hmm. So all these, so they didn't took all this gold out of this country, and they're claiming it to be theirs, of course, but it's not theirs. And now Ethiopia wants it back. I mean, how is that process even happening? Hold on a second, brother. I like to answer the comments because they come in a little bit. You don't mind, brother? Comments?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we got one. It says, brother, by Jason Stark. It says, "Isn't the Ark of the Covenant in Ethiopia at a temple?" He was asking you a question. Could you answer that one?
Well, yeah. Well, no, because the Ark of the Covenant is information. So it was in Ethiopia because remember that's where everything descends from. Mm-hmm. But it's not in Ethiopia because the Ark of the Covenant is not in the box. The Ark of the Covenant represented information. That's why I say the Levites carry the Ark of the Covenant, which means these are the priests that carry the information of God, which is the security.
Okay. Yeah, because I also heard how it was like some sort of back and forth thing. It was in one place, and then they took it to another, and then somebody. Okay, who is Suzette? Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't even know how they got the link. Who is this? Suzette?
Griffin?
Who is that? Suzette? Who is that? Suzette? Who is Suzette?
Oh, that might be my mom. She probably, I shared it. I shared it to a few of my people. So that might be somebody.
I was like, who is that? Okay. So the next one says Greco-Roman culture is the American history. Is he right about that, brother? By comment to brother Azrael.
Greco-Roman is American history? Correct.
He says Greco-Roman culture is the American history.
Correct.
Okay. And the next one says that brother God Energy, he says they took the scrolls and created what in the 1800s?
Well, this is another mystery, y'all. You got to understand what the 69 represent. It's the flip-flop of the 6 and the 9. So the King James Bible was actually put together in 1911, not 1611. That's why you see 3 Roman numerals. They just put a 6 there, which really supposed to be a 9. That's why the Roman Catholic Church, who actually stole the scriptures, they didn't let the world know they stole the scriptures in 1868. They didn't have because the Bible came from scrolls. So they had no scrolls until 1868. And that's when they began to translate these scrolls over into English. So these are the mysteries that we don't know because these are the people that control time. And a lot of these dates are false because when they stole these scrolls, they don't know when none of these things happened. They wasn't a part of it. So they stole the scrolls, then they put dates on it. They changed dates and time as the book Daniel 7:25 tell us.
So they changed the very timeline itself as far as the chronology is concerned. And they converted it and made it made it into their own system, because
Yeah.
this was all about control anyway from the beginning. You know what I mean? They wanted to shape, the new world into their own likeness. I mean, if I'm following you correct, because that's what it sounded like. Like they would just,
correct.
they would just rampaging everywhere. Hey, take this, take that. We're gonna turn this into that. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Just rampaging, man, like fucking animals. Excuse my language, brother, but I mean, they sound like animals, like real animals, man. So. And I'm trying to see why. I mean, why couldn't we stop them? What was going on with us, with our people? Why we couldn't stop them?
That's a beautiful question. And see, that's what very few people ask. Why we couldn't stop them? Yes. Because we wasn't in the order that God wanted us to be in. See, we was fighting amongst each other. You see what I'm saying? We was hurting each other and doing it in the name of God. So we was the first example. We the ones that created the beast.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We created it. That's why we gotta fix it.
So
that's also why we gotta fix it.
So we created this white beast.
Correct.
Because this beast wanted our power, wanted what we had.
Well, you could say that, or we made other people want what we had because we wasn't doing right by it. Like you could have a lot of money, but then you could have money and you could have a lot of money and then make people envy you because of their real actions. Or you could have a lot of money and make people love you. So we had a lot of money and we made people envy us because we wasn't in the image of God, in our correct image.
Like the Black King Mustafa, who was the richest man in the world, over 400 billion. You remember?
Well, yes. Yeah, that's why I say those stories could be connected to Tedros, because this is the kind of network he had. But see what I'm saying? But they telling us this story. Our ancestors not telling us this story. Most of them dead. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the people, I'm saying one more time, these are the people that stole the biblical scrolls and then the only nation in the world to teach the world. Africa never taught the world. Asia never taught the world. Europe is the only country to teach the whole world.
And you know what, you're right about that. I got to give you credit on that. Right here in the comments, Jason Stark, he says, was the Knights of Templar and Freemasons who corrupted the word? He want to know if they were the ones that corrupted the word, the Knights of Templar and Freemasons.
Correct, because according to history, in the early 1800s, we had went to Great Britain and we set up schools over there and started teaching them a lot of this, what we would call signs or scriptures, or just things that other nations didn't know about. That was on the of our nation. So we began to set these schools up and begin to teach these Freemasons, but in our own thought and not in the pure thought of the spirit. And that's why they was able to create this false doctrine off of the information that we have given them.
So okay. So the information that they took, that's basically the correct information. So is that why we can say that there are so many books taken out of the Bible and so much information taken out of this? Taken out of all these, taken away from the artifacts, the information from that. So that's why we can sit here and say these things, because there's so much was taken away. So everything that they've taken over time is basically the true information. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So how is it that, they may have taken all this information, and some people do find truth in the information that they've taken and perverted. You know what I mean? So how do we know if they didn't add a little truth at the same time while perverting?
Because the one thing about what they stole visions. They didn't steal knowledge and wisdom. They stole the vision of God prophecy. So we are just blind to God prophecy. Like, we're not really dumb. We blind. You see what I'm saying? So we can't see God's prophecy. We can't see the works of God no more because the people that stole the scrolls changed the vision. So again, it's not really the knowledge and wisdom. It's the vision that we need to see to come together. That's it. We can't see that vision because of what they have told us. So they're keeping us blind.
And what is this vision that we need to see?
This vision is to restore the royal priesthood of God, which is the government for the niggas.
The niggas.
See, we don't have no government. We don't have nobody to care for us. We don't have nobody to plead our cause.
So it's, I mean, because I mean, over time, you know, as long as I've been alive, I've seen a lot of our people just can't beat them, join them shit, you know, getting involved with their system and careers and all. I mean, it's just been crazy, man. Hold on a second. We got a comment here. It says from Soul Food. It says, "What about the scrolls they used to make the Septuagint or Septuagint, an original Hebrew text that are older than the Ethiopian Bible, and how much do they differ from each other?" When you see that comment right there, brother.
Well, yeah, that's why I say the original Hebrew scrolls is the ones they took in 1868. Hebrew is a people. It's like right now, we still speak Hebrew today. Hebrew is not really a written language. Hebrew is a more spoken language. People in East Africa, they spoke Arabic. That's where the Arabic language come from. Okay. You know, but sometimes you got a different dialect. Like right now, we speak English, but we speak a totally different language in English. You know, I got my healing in my pocket. Come dive in that water. Give me a dime piece. Keep it 100. You know, all this is English, but we speaking with our tongue with a different mind frame. So we have a different thought. That's what the Hebrew is. So again, the scrolls that they took in 1868 is the original scrolls, the ones that never been tampered with. You know, and those are the Hebrew scrolls. And that's why I say these are the people that change time. Like, because they just got in power, they stretch time to make their power seem way longer than they think. But remember, the 2 world wars happened in 1900 for them to get their world power.
Okay. I hope that answered your question, Soul Food. You know, and we have another comment right here, brother God Energy. He says that the Septuagint created by I guess this is Ptolemy, Philadelphus in Alexandria, Egypt. Sorry, brother God Energy, if I messed that word up. Ptolemy. Sorry if I messed that word up, brother. I was trying to. So, my apologies. Your response to that, brother Judah.
But that's why, man, I was saying, you know, a lot of these things, man, when they tell us the Bible comes from Jerusalem, that's what that kind of information is. Information that's given to us by people, you know, who trying to deceive us from the truth. Like, one thing Moses prophesied. Moses said, you must get rid of all your bread with yeast. These people are puffed up in their seats. These people don't belong in them seats. They puffed up. Their information is puffed up.
Right.
So we got to cast that information out. That's the only way we're going to come to God. So, you know, so now, trust me, I understand where you're coming from, because when you look up these things, this is what they show you, but we must got to understand where all this is coming from. And once we understand that, we're able to unlearn everything that we have learned so we can understand the truth or relearn what we need to learn.
So, I mean,
you know, but trust me, everything you know has been given to you by the Roman Catholic Church, and it's been a twist of the truth.
So basically, we could just say that, you know, Roman Catholicism is pretty much what everyone is believing in, right? The Roman Catholicism. Correct. And that's pretty much the most powerful religion in the world, which is being taught, Roman Catholicism. But you clearly say that that's the incorrect information because of the perversion, and you want everyone to come back and learn the truth of themselves and what really happened. Correct.
Correct.
All All right. Well, another comment says, "How do we get the full truth?" Now, I mean, that's a basic question. But if Brother Judah wants to answer it, he can.
Well, the full truth gonna contradict all lies. So you will have to be filled up with the truth. The truth is not one thing; it's something that fills you up. You know, so I just think, you know, and that's why this priesthood of God, or this body of Christ, as the scriptures will call it, is being set up. Not the one that's coming out the sky, but the one that's actually on earth to fill all people up with the truth. That's gonna make you get rid of all your lies. You know, so that's really what the truth is. It's not really one thing.
So do you I'm pretty sure I probably asked you from the beginning, but I didn't ask you this way. Do you claim to be this Messiah, this Jesus? And if so, you know, I know you've probably been asked this. I know you've probably been asked to prove it. You know, I know you've been asked this before. But I'm pretty sure you'll probably prove it in the way of probably what, like some sort of information, some sort of, you know, backstory or something like that. Is there anything you can say here on this show that would prove that you are who you say that you are for the people?
Oh well, no. The only way you're gonna know who I am, if God have chosen you, or by the works that I do. I will defeat all the musicians. I will defeat all those that speaking on behalf of God and not sent by God. That's who's gonna prove who I am. Just like in Moses, the people didn't follow Moses until the musicians were defeated. So that's when those who need to see, who need proof, is gonna be through the works.
Okay. And let me just ask this then. Okay, that you know, and by all means, man, you know, hopefully you're successful in doing that. You know, I'm sure that's going to be a lot of battles headed your way. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm pretty sure you're ready. You look ready. You look ready.
Believe it or not, bro, a lot of them already been won.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. You know, so we got a lot of believers, okay? A lot of non-believers. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of people that really, you know, believe in this Messiah, believe in this movement. You know, what can you say to people that really don't believe in this movement, in this Messiah?
The best thing to do, man, I would say keep watch or study. That's why I've been putting out so many work so many years. Video after video, debate after debate, and you can see who the real. Because, like I say, this is just like Moses' time. I'm coming to get the people out of Egypt. But the only people that stand in the way is the Pharaoh musicians. So that's who I'm fighting. I'm not really fighting the people. So when you see me fighting these musicians, you see who win, and then you will know who really sent by God. And because that's really what all this is. So I'm just telling people, just keep watch and go check out the work.
And you say you're fighting the Pharaoh musicians, and these are the elites, the people that control the world.
Oh no. These will be the teachers. These will be the teachers who information keep us in Egypt, which is simplicity.
Okay. Teachers, right, sir?
Yeah, teachers. Okay. Yeah, teachers.
False teachers and all that.
Correct.
Right here in the comments, Brother God Energy says the Syriac Peshitta is another Bible that existed before the 1800s. Is that true, sir?
No, that's not true. It was no Bible in the 1800s. It was only scrolls. Africa did not have books in the 1800s. They had scrolls. Most people in Africa couldn't read. Most people in Africa started reading in the 1900s as a majority. The only people that could read was the priests. You know, because back then, reading wasn't, you didn't have to know how to read. You had to know how to live. You know, you had to know how to build your house. You had to know how to plant your food. So people weren't sitting down reading. The only people that did these things were priests, people who was of these things. So it was a very select few people who read, and it was never books. That's why at the time the Roman Catholic Church came to Ethiopia, they didn't take books, they took scrolls. So Bible means collection of books. That's why, again, we only have a Great Britain though. So Great Britain is telling us books, or books came before this, but It was no books until the 1900s.
Okay.
Or the late 1800s, you know, somewhere around that time. And even if you did, it was very few. If you had any kind of book before the 1900s, it was one book published. Because it wasn't mass people printing no books and passing them out to everybody. It wasn't like that. That's more 1900s time.
Mm-hmm. And Brother God Energy also says the Latin Vulgate also predates the 1800s. And we have Brother Soul Food. Soul Food says, but isn't Ethiopia in Ge'ez, not Hebrew?
That's why we are dealing with modern day words. Nobody in East Africa went by Hebrew. Hebrew is a modern day word. See, we'll go read Hebrew in the Bible in the Old Testament, and we think they were saying Hebrew back then. Nobody called themselves Hebrew. Nobody called themselves Solomon. Nobody called themselves David. These are modern day words. You know, so when you're dealing with the Bible, once we understand where it come from and who it's connected to, this is the groundbreaking information. So we can throw away the Roman Catholic Church information. We can throw that away now. Because now we know the Bible actually comes from Ethiopia, which is the royal priesthood that the Bible speaks of. You know, so once we know these things, like I said, it's a lot of stuff we can remove off our plate, you know, and get our plate clear for the bread from heaven, the information that's coming from God.
Okay. Brother God, did you say that's not what you said? What exactly did you say then, brother? Because I was reading the first one where you said the Sirach Peshitta is another Bible that existed before the 1800s. You said that's not what we said. What did you say, brother? Put it in the comments. So how you know, so this, a lot of people that I've spoken to, you know what I'm saying, well, some people I've spoken to, they've heard of you. And they said that you know, they don't really believe that you are the guy. And they was like, you know what? If he's the guy, then tell him to tell us why the Bible is so contradicting. Why is it full of so many metaphors and letters and opinions?
Because people have put an interpretation on it. When you read the Bible, you can only imagine what you read. I come in the fulfillment of the Bible, so I don't come with an interpretation of scriptures. I come with the fulfillment that get rid of interpretation. Because what's going to happen, you can actually bear witness to it. See, we can't bear witness to what's in one's imagination. We can only agree with it or deny it. Or we can say, guess what? I'm going to put my own imagination on it. But when these things actually happen, that's what remove all the interpretation, and the fulfillment is laid out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing the fulfillment of it rather than interpretation, which causes confusion.
So you pretty much came here to untwist and unravel the truth from that perverted nature of what they've been giving us. By, you know, giving us the true meaning of what things are. And I mean, you know, and this is your journey. This is what you were, I would say, you're destined to do. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it's, you know, I'm pretty sure it's probably working out for you on your end. Because not everybody's going to listen. You know, I'm pretty sure you've been in that condition where everybody's not going to listen. Everybody's not going to believe. Everybody's, you know, got their opinions, you know. But, you know, it's so many of us that are, you know, hip and, you know, let's just say accustomed to the very nature of what this European information has done, to where you can't, they won't allow you to refute it. You know, they'll damn you to hell. They'll say you're lost. They'll say you're a false prophet. So I'm pretty sure you went through a lot of that, you know. And so, you know, I mean, what can you say to those that are very, you know, so that are Christian and that believes this book to be true, and they come against you about it? What is something you can say to them right now?
The simple prophecy I tell people: as in the days of Noah, will be in the days of the Son of Man. So it's letting you know that everything is on earth. So for the Christians and those who looking in the sky, excuse me, and even the Hebrews, everything is on earth, like the scriptures teach us. And that's really the only thing I really have to say. Don't look up. Everything is happening right before you. Just keep watch. Keep
Yeah,
watch.
true. Keep watch, keep listening, keep watching. So I really wanna ask some real, some real questions. I mean, this is not for myself, but it's for everybody else. I got some questions written down here. Okay, so it talks, and it's referring to the Bible. Are you? I'm sure you're well versed in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So can you tell me what this means? It says that we are gods in the Bible, right? And could you tell me? I think that's in Psalms 68, and it says, "I say that we are gods." Is the Bible correct about us being gods of this world?
Correct, because remember, the Solomonic dynasty is the priesthood. These are the people that give direction.
Okay.
So that's what God means, giver of direction. A priest is a shepherd. A shepherd gives direction to the sheep. So that's really all it's representing. It's not saying we are the spirit. We are the creator of the sun, moon, and stars. It's saying we are those who give direction to the world. We are the keepers of the earth, the mothers and fathers of the earth.
Well, so what? So what you have? But you have those that actually, I'm gonna put it like this here. There are some that say, yeah, I am a god, but like my name, for instance, Tony Real the God. All right, and see, when I tell people, hey, I am a god. You know what I'm saying? I know myself. I know who I am. I know my limits. I know, what I can accomplish with my own physical power and mental power. So yes, I am a god. And they like, oh, well, that don't mean you the one that created the world. I said, I never said that. You see, so they always like they'll start to jump and loose and be like, oh, this guy's crazy. I'm like, but y'all get mad when I put you on Front Street, and I'll be like, I ain't never say that. I ain't never said I was the creator. So, I said I was a God, but I never said I was the God. You know what I'm saying? Like the creator. You know what I'm saying? So I say Tony Real the God, representation of I am a God, you know what I'm saying, within me, within myself, because I know myself and I know my limitations. I know what I can do in this fleshy body. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I say it's not, I'm not saying that I was the creator of the world. You know what I mean? I didn't create the fucking moon and stars. I didn't do that shit. So yeah, but people tend to mistake my name as me trying to say I'm that, yeah. So I was like, wow, man, I said, people nuts, man. So, but you have some people that actually do believe that they are the creator. All right. And they have went into the Bible and have they felt they have proved it through the Bible. Okay. Can you elaborate on that? Well, how are they proving this through reading the words of the Bible?
Well, that's the whole point why I'm here. No one can prove that because the information I have brought it lets us know we are not the invisible spirit. God is a spirit. We are flesh and bones. Now, if you want to say God is within us, okay, that's different. But for to say we the spirit, so like I said, so man, just understanding and understanding those things that God is thought. Before anything created, it's thought. Now, who was thought?
But wait, if you say that God is within us, wouldn't that make us a God? Not the God, but wouldn't that make us a God though, right? Because
that's why
God
that's
within us, right? Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right here in the comments, we got Soul Foodie and wow, Soul Foodie and Brother God Engine. They really like you. So we got Brother Soul Food says no Roman Catholicism. I dropped the flute twistament over a year ago after all the contradictions to knock. Now Yah only, one God, one Savior. Isaiah 43:10, 14, 45, and 23. And God Energy says, I would love to have a sit down with this brother. I appreciate him including Ethiopia in the biblical narrative. Well, you might be able to do that. Soon. Would you be okay with taking some questions, brother? I could bring Brother God Energy up.
Yeah, you can bring him up.
Okay.
I got about 20 more minutes on him.
About 20 more. Oh man, I was hoping I could get you at least an hour. We almost there. We 45 minutes in. You can't touch that hour, or you can only do that.
Yeah. Well, I say 20 minutes. That would be an hour and 5.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My mind everywhere else. My bad. Everybody that's watching. I'm all messed up today. Can't tell time. Hey, ain't no shame in my game. Hey, I'm all messed up. Shit, don't talk about me, goddammit. Don't talk about shit. So anyway, so I'll bring you up, Brother God Energy, and right after, right after the interview. That way you can ask his brothers some questions. I'd love to see that build. I'd love to see that, because Brother God Energy, he's a very, very talented brother, very informative. And I can say that the brother knows his stuff, man. He knows what he's talking about. Jason Stark says, "We are born of one breath, one word. We are all one spark. Eyes full of wonder." Right? You making that sound all fucking goddamn Jasmine Glass and Aladdin. Come on, Stark. Stop, man. Come on, man. Shit, a whole new world. Come on, stop, man. Don't do that, man. Oh, man. Anyway, so I have another scripture. Let me pull up this other scripture, man, because I really, I actually really been wanting to ask you about these scriptures, man, because not everybody can pretty much, say anything about these scriptures, because I guess, they just don't know the scripture. But it says in the Bible here, let me just get it right, brother. Let me just get it real quick, instead of me trying to come off the head, because I can't remember everything. All right, here we go. So, okay. Now, this verse here, it says in Luke 12:51, it says, "Do you think I came to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division." Explain that to me, brother. Why would he say that to the followers?
Because peace was in his heart, but he knew the devil had to be destroyed. The devil has like this is a war right now. It's a war going on, but it's a heavenly war. So I'm not speaking peace with my mouth, but with the sword that's in my mouth is going to create peace.
You
see what I'm saying? Because stuff got to get tore down, which is the lies. The lies, the giant got to be destroyed. So it's the destruction that's going to bring the peace. So I'm here to bring the destruction to create the peace.
And what destruction exactly? Is this destruction toward the Europeans for the perversion of the information? You're here to destroy their empire.
Well, their empire, they created the Babylon. And so they have created our prophets that's in the midst of us, the battle. So once we come together, we can destroy the Roman Empire, because they're going to hand it over to us. See, we don't really have to defeat the Roman Empire. We got to come together and unify, because we are the ones that's with the Spirit of God. So it's all about our unity. So once we unify in the image of God, they gonna give us what we ask for, which is rightfully ours. But they're not gonna give it to us until we in the order of God. So I'm actually here to destroy the deceivers that's actually within the midst of us.
So we can war. So this is not some sort of war against the believers, against the ones that are following, or against the non-believers. It's against the very people that have pretty much confused and pretty much destroyed the very tradition of God.
Correct.
Wow. And those are some very powerful people. I really hope you're ready for that, because those they got a lot of shit, man. I don't know. They got power, man. Of the land and of people, and they got missiles and shit. Like,
hey,
are you?
How many people believe in Jesus? How many people believe in Jesus?
How many what?
How many people believe in Jesus?
A lot of them. I would say
So
billions of people.
So once it's proven to them the real Jesus walks the earth, what that's gonna do for people?
It's gonna make them revolt against the elites, against the Okay, I know. I see where you're going with it. It's gonna make them revolt and turn against the elites and against all of the world dominators and all that type of stuff like that. I got you. But you know what? We know they're gonna result, but they're still gonna have their followers though. You know what I mean? They have billions of people too that that believe in what they're doing as far as running the world. So I mean, that would be an all-out war. I mean, you're looking at something that's very, very that's pretty much going to happen, man. If that was the case, I mean, would you be prepared for an actual all-out war against these powerful people?
That's why we're not destroying them with weapons of man. We destroying them with the weapons of God.
That very tradition that they believe in. You're just pretty much just destroying and untwisting the information. So you're not trying to have a physical altercation with these elites. You're just trying to get people to turn away from them.
Physical war is of man. This is a war of the mind.
Okay. The mental. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So
that's a war of God. Yeah.
Right. So you're trying to turn them away. You want to turn your people away from these people so that they can pretty much follow you and just pretty much do the right thing. Get the truth. I get it. That would be very, very powerful, man. If I'm telling you, man, if I was to walk outside my door and see billions of people walking instead of driving, walking toward, what I'm saying, like you're calling yourself like the savior, the Messiah, and just walking, and like that would be a sight to see. I'll be like, what the hell going on? Where's everybody going? You know what I'm saying? And because of most of the time what we see is the reason why we tend to like, okay, well, wherever they're going, maybe I need to go too. It'll influence you to walk with them. Like that's very powerful. It works on your psyche and your energy. Because you see all these people, like that's a lot of people, and you like, well, shit, let's see where they're going. You know what I mean? That's a whole event. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that would be mysterious, but it would jog my curiosity and everyone else is like, why are people walking out their houses and just following people? Why are they just, where they going? Let's go. And then when people finally see where they're going, it ain't no way to get back because we didn't get on the boat. We didn't we didn't want to cross the water. We didn't need all kinds of stuff. As soon as we get there, we're like, oh, this is where they were going. All right, hey, I need to get back. I ain't no going back. Ain't no going back. You shouldn't have followed, goddamn. Okay, I got you. So I got another one right here. Because you're well versed on this here. So it says, come let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other. Explain that to me, brother. Why bring confusion?
I think that when they was building the Tower of Babel, right?
Yeah. That's when they was building the Tower of Babylon, yeah.
Let me read. That's in Genesis what?
Oh yeah, Genesis 11:7.
Let me make sure I'm giving you the right information. 11:7.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying the Lord.
I just want to throw this out real quick. If anyone would like to be a guest on the show, hit me up on my email right there on the screen for a live screening or phone screening. Okay. Follow me on the Bigo app. Download the Bigo app. Tony Real to God. On the Bigo app, follow me. I don't know if brother Judah is still on there, but I'm not sure. But if you are, follow brother Yaju Judah on TikTok and on the Bigo app and Facebook. Yaju Judah. Also, if you like to donate today to support the channel, donate today to support the channel, man. # Big Tony Main. All right, y'all. # Big Tony Main. All right. Appreciate it. And let's continue here.
Well, yeah, that's why I say, like, when I just like right now, when we start building the Tower of Babel, because that's what we're supposed not to be building. The Tower of Babel is going against God. So while they building this, God confused their languages so it wouldn't stand.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that's really what it means by confusing the language.
Who exactly did God confuse? Because see, that's a question I've never asked anybody.
The children of men. The children of men that was building. That's like right now.
Just
all
them.
these people that's building.
Just them.
Well, no, I say this. No, like I said, this is more of a prophecy. This talking about priests.
Okay.
Yeah, like he confused. That's like they got another scripture in Isaiah where it say he blind the minds of the prophets and the seers, because those who proclaim to see really don't see. So God gonna give them a mist of confusion. Yeah, that's all that's saying.
A mist of confusion. But I thought God wasn't, the confusing type.
Well, no, God is not the confusing type. But if you're doing wrong against God, then that's when that curse or that confusion is gonna come upon you. It's not saying God is confusion. It's just saying that was gonna be your guilt, since you're doing wrong on behalf of God. It was gonna cause you to be confused. Because like I say, Moses was really prophesying and speaking in parables about this time where this Tower of Babel is being built.
Okay. Let me get to this next one here. All right. Because trust me, I got plenty of them, man. I just like I said, these would be some good, scriptures to ask them about. What about you know what? Let me do this one here. So what about this one here? Let me open this one up. So it says here in 1 John 2:15 through 17, chapter 2, verse 15 through 17, it says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh, the desires of the eyes, and pride of life, is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires, but whoever does the will of God abides forever." Now, before you go into that, how is this? 1 John 2:15 through 17. Okay. It says, "Do not love the world. Do not love the world or the things in the world." So my main question is the first line: "Do not love the world or the things in the world." And my question upon that one would be, well, why in John 3:16 it says, "For God so loved the world"? If God is telling us not to love the world, then why would God love the world, love a world he doesn't want us to love?
Well, it was saying in this text in John is basically saying, don't love the worldly information which come from the world, which everybody knows. Come to the information of God that the world don't know. So it's saying it more in that context, don't love the world. But this world still belongs to God. So because God actually really loves us, God gonna send the Son to redeem us from the corrupt world, or to fix the corrupt world, you would say. So it's kind of like two different contexts. God, even though it's telling us not to love the world, like I said, it's telling us don't love, like you say, man, that's worldly information. But at the same time, God still loves the world. That's why God created a new one or reconstructed it.
Okay. So this is two different meanings?
No, yeah, because it's telling us not to love the world. We can't tell God what to do.
that would defeat the purpose of being a teacher, man. Come on now, brother Judah.
That's what I'm saying. I say we can't tell God not to love the world. So, like I said, it's giving more of why something has to be done. It's showing you, like I say, like these are just writings. So it's basically like saying, like, God loved the world. He gave his only begotten Son to save the world. Now, We should love the world because the world is corrupt. So we coming out of the world to create a new world. But a world is not the earth. The world is the businesses, the religion, the corporations, the schools. That's really what the world is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really in this context. So like I say, it's not really saying, you know, God gonna hate the world, because God is love. So it's really showing you, since God sent the Son, it's showing you the love God had for the world. But at the same time, like I said, John is telling us really not to be a part of the deception that's in the world.
But you don't see how confusing that can sound to some. I mean, not me and you, we pretty much got it. But I'm saying, like, to a lot of people, you see how confusing that can sound. And that's why a lot of people would fight against that very scripture. They would sit there and be like, "Oh, no, that make no sense." Because I was one of those people. I actually just said that, but that don't make no sense. But you know, you broke it down. I see, you know, saying to the clearest point. Okay, so now I actually understand. Now I understand. But you know, but it's still, even though I understand completely now, it still sounds like that's something that he shouldn't even say it. He shouldn't even say it. hey, yo, you can go over here, you can get this candy, but you can't eat that one. Well, which one? Shit. Which ones?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it really is confusing for a lot of people, man. But I appreciate you breaking that down. But I want to also ask you, brother, did God create evil?
No, we did.
We did. Okay. All right. I don't know. Before we move on, hold up, because I got to hit you with this verse here, man.
I already know.
You know what verse? You know it. I got to do it, man. I got to do it. I got to do it, man. So Isaiah 45:7, you already know. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Please explain that to me, brother. Explain that to us.
Because the only way you know what the lie is, you got to find out the truth. Many people still don't know what the lie is because they haven't found out the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that's like it's saying revenge belongs to the Lord. Mm-hmm. It's more the same thing. So like it's more saying on those bases. You know, because evil, the word evil is really dealing with preach and the transgression of the law. You know, so
but brother, what it say though? But what it says is what's kind of captivating, because he's saying that he, you know, the Lord said he made peace. You know, he formed the light. He creates darkness. I made peace and create evil. Like, you know, like if I'm going to say I created something, that's like if I took a piece of paper and I folded it up into an airplane, I could say I created that paper airplane. Like, come on, brother. That has to make sense to you to some extent. He didn't say I created it. I did this.
Well, that's why Jeremiah do say the pen is vain. Okay. The pen is vain. It creates vain imaginations. It makes you imagine things that we really wouldn't imagine if we was hearing the word being spoken to us. So that's why I say I'm not in total agreement, and that's why we always say the pen kills. Even the book tells us this. The letter, the pen, it will kill the pure thought of a person.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like this is also inside the scriptures to let us know this. So remember, the Bible is only a shadow of what was to come. So right now, a lot of people don't know what evil is until the Son of Man come reveal what the evil actually is. What the evil actually is.
Okay, so. Brother, okay. I got what where you coming from, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know what? I'm still taking it for what it says right here, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate you breaking that down. You know what I'm saying? So to be clear, this is just like kind of like, you know, from this scripture, Isaiah 45:7. So this is just basically like you're just letting you know, hey, like I knew what was to come. I knew that this was going to happen. So, you know, I don't really know how to explain how can, you know, this scripture, for the simple fact, if it's saying that I created this, how do you explain to someone otherwise if that's what came out, for example, my mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like if
That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying
None of this came out of God's mouth. This was the mouth came first. They translated this. This is not God's mouth. So, and that's why we tell people the Bible is not the word of God. The Bible is the will of God. The Bible is not the word. The Bible just let us know what God will do. Like that's what the Bible is written for. The Bible is not written to teach us or enlighten us about God.
I mean,
you know, and that's what we really go wrong with.
Right. Okay, I mean that was just, you know, I don't know. I'm still kind of just, you know what, I think, you know what, and you know what, and I like the breakdown, brother, but I'm kind of still just gonna kind of like take it for what it say, man. I'm just, you know, hey, you know, saying he is, you know, saying this entity did create everything, right? I mean, wouldn't you agree to that? Didn't he create the heaven, the stars, and the moon, and the earth, and all that? I mean, if he created all of these things, then obviously he's, you know, he's the blame for all of the other things that's been created. You know, the darkness, the light.
Okay, you gotta look at it like this: if man do evil, who created man?
Wasn't it God?
God. All right, then. So, all right, so you can look at it that way. But I was just saying, like, you know, like I said, if you want to look at it from that aspect, well, then whoever created evil and whoever created the person that did the evil, they created the evil.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That it's
well, you can say it that way. Well, you can say it that way, but I was just saying, like,
yeah,
from the standpoint of God didn't put us here and showed us evil. That's the standpoint I was saying it from. You know,
no, yeah, I get it. It's just that, you know, I was looking at it from that point, like, hey, you know, if this entity created all of us, then obviously he created the evil and the good. I mean, I'm pretty sure he put a balance, you know, or it put the balance. So, you know, it's like my grandma used to always say, you can't have the bad without the good without the bad, you know. So, you know what I mean? So. That's where I'm coming from with it. Like, hey, yeah, he did all that, man. So, but I appreciate you. Hold on, let me do one more, and then we'll get into these questions. People in the comments, they wanna ask you something. They want to ask you some things. Okay, just one more. Okay, so this one here is come on, pull up. Okay, so this is Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But we just covered in Isaiah that in Psalms that we are gods, and in John, I think 34:10 or 10:34, it says that, you know, that Jesus said that we were gods. So what does this actually mean? Because was it talking about the gods that were being worshipped besides this God in the Bible, or was it talking about gods period for people to be claiming that they're gods?
Well, no, it was talking about the false gods, because the God that we're supposed to worship is the one within, and the one within is gonna show us the order we should be in. It won't be a statue showing us order. It's going to be a God from within, one of your brothers and sisters, that's revealing to you what you need to do. It should be a God outside ourselves. So that's what it means. And when we place a God outside ourselves and worship it as it giving us information, and it's not coming from one of us, which can have the spirit, then, you know, that's really what is referencing. We shouldn't have no outer worship.
Wow. You know what, man? I'm telling you, I got so many more questions, man. Can we do this again, brother? Can we do this again, man? Because I know you got to go. But can we get a few people in to ask you a few questions before you leave? So y'all come in quick. I'm going to go ahead. You all right with that, brother? I'll let some people in. Okay. So y'all go ahead and come in. I'm going to put the link in the chat, man. Click on the YouTube link. And I'll click on the YouTube link and set it up. Make sure you put this exact link right here that's on the screen, the YouTube link, and you can come in and ask this brother Judah some questions. So go ahead and click on that link, man. All right, click on that link. The one right here in the comments. Do that now. All right. So while we wait, brother, we'll keep discussing this. So when did you get your big reveal of who you were and what your mission was, brother?
I would say I became full grown in about 2019. Like I said, it was revealed to me that I had to speak and reveal these mysteries to my brothers and sisters. About, like I say, 2015, I began speaking in 2016. Like I said, but I became, I would say, like I say, full grown. I became, more and more understanding around like 2019. I think that's when I got full clarity. But like I said, the clarity and the information, and the works I had to do, like I say, it started in 2016.
Started in 2016 for you, and you've been on that mission ever since. Like, what kind of sign or vision did you get knowing that this is who you were? You know what I'm saying? The Black Messiah, the Jesus that cometh.
Well, I think people, I would say, I wouldn't say people seeing it first, but I would say just what people start recognizing in what in myself and what I was doubting. I was doubting the things people was recognizing. So as people recognized it made me reconsider what I was doubting. And through the midst of me doubting, but I was still working. I was still, striving. Like I said, a lot of stuff was revealed to me through my works. When I was there, I was always once I became awakened, I was dedicated to finding the truth. So like I said, long me working, when I be denying something it'll come to me. To give me that clarification about I was denying. And like I said, from there, this information started being revealed to me, and I started seeing things my brothers wasn't seeing. And when I came to them with it, they couldn't see it. And that's how I verified. I said, well, this got to be God or something else. Talking to me, God doing something for me. And like I say, from there, I continued to work, and the more and more I worked, the more and more was revealed.
Wow, man, that's an amazing experience right there. Not everybody is open to even getting that type of experience, and we have so many people that claim to have premonitions and visions and see, but I've never heard it in this manner. You know what I'm saying? So I would say you're different, brother, and you have you have a unique way that things were revealed and opened up to you. So I would say that. Look, y'all, the link is in the chat, y'all. Click the YouTube link and come in and ask this brother some questions because he gotta go. So y'all come on. Brother Soulful says he did put an evil spirit in Saul in 1 Samuel 18:10-11. Miss Leroy, you say, Tony, why not answering questions? I am answering questions, so come on in, Miss Leroy, if you're coming. Brother God Energy, what's going on, brother? How you doing, brother? I see you took that opportunity. Now, Brother God Energy, before you say anything, I just want to let you know this is the Black Messiah. He is the return. He is Jesus coming. So make sure you got that respect for this man. He is here and he has come back. He has returned to us. So please go ahead and state your questions, brother.
That's cool. That's cool. I respect his self-bestowed titles, titles. I'm not here to speak to that. I do like the approach, though, historically, from including Ethiopia, right? Nile Valley Africans, Hamites into the biblical narrative, and with some importance, right? I do, because on the Semitic side and on the Pan-Africanist side, there's a disconnect between Ethiopia or Nile Valley Africans from this tradition. But historically, we actually see great connections, right? Like the brother, his whole premise stands on that connection between Ethiopia and the Hebrew culture and tradition, right? But that does have historical legs to stand on, right? But before we even get to that, in the Bible itself, right? In regards to Eden, and what is it? Genesis, right? Chapter 2, verse 10, it says, a river watering the garden flowed from Eden. And from there, it was separated into 4 headwaters, right? And then it continues on. In verse 13, it says, the name of the second headwater was Gihon, right? And it winds through the entire land of Cush. And this is where we got to pause, right? Because if we do, you know, our Nile Valley African history or Ethiopian history, we know Cush was Nubia, right? The area right above Ethiopia, right? As you exit northern Ethiopia, you enter the Sudan, you enter Nubia. But Ethiopia, Nubia, Egypt, these are all still the same genetic family of Nile Valley Africans, right? So the Bible mentions Cush, this kingdom, in relation to a river that flows from the garden. Now, does a river flow through Cush? Yes, that's the Nile River, right? So the Bible is clearly alluding that the origin of Gihon, or the origin of the Nile, is where the garden can be found. So that places it in the Lake Victoria region of Africa. But these types of intimate connections that the Old Testament has with Africa kind of goes unnoticed, right? Because of some of the other narratives associated with Africans or Hamites. And I think we definitely do ourselves a disservice. But to go on from Cush, right? We know Cush is Nubia. It says in Genesis chapter 10, verse 8, that Cush was the father of Nimrod, who grew to be a mighty hunter before the Lord, right? Then it continues on. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, Calneh, Nineveh, Rehoboth,
Brother God Energy. Brother God
Right.
Energy. I trust me, I love the lesson. But do you have any questions for the brother?
I want to ask him how much of Haile Selassie's lineage, right, claiming back to ancient Kush, and how much of this intimate connection do you feel we could benefit from, and how much of this can you actually include into your own work, right? This new view here. So how much of this legacy are you connected to with Haile Selassie and him claiming descendants from Kush, right? And how much of do you feel this is relevant to the current conversation?
Well, like I say, when it comes to the biblical terms of Cush and all these things, our ancestors never used none of these words that we are using today. And that's why these terms are really dealing with a mind frame rather than dealing with what we actually called ourselves as a people. And that's what we get thrown off from, even with Edom and Jacob. Esau and Jacob are the same nation, but it's 2 different mind frames. One gonna have the mind frame of Jacob, one gonna have the mind frame of Esau.
Well, Cush, Cush is of Cash. Cush is right from Cash.
I know, that's why
what they called themselves. You know, Cash is the ancient term, right? Cush, I just use because it's referenced as a term that people are used to, but Cash is how they would have mentioned themselves, just how Kemet was what the Egyptians would have referenced themselves by. So Kemet is of the Egyptian language, just like Cash is of this Nile Valley language as well. So I can edify that and use the indigenous terms, right, of Cash, this land of Cash.
Well, brother, I want to say this. They got stuff that our grandfathers called themselves, but we know nothing about. So, like I said, if we understand the Bible is connected to the Solomonic dynasty, they got 250 men who sat on the throne. We don't know now one of them. All we know is Haile Selassie, maybe mentally. But for us that, we know none of these other men who sat on David's throne. The Bible's about David's throne. None of these people call themselves Cush, Hebrew, Israelite, Jew. None of these names in the scriptures. They use none of these names.
I agree
These
with
are
that.
modern day names for a mind frame. Nobody was even called Jacob. Nobody of the Solomonic dynasty called themselves Jacob. Because Jacob has a meaning. So a lot of these things have meanings that's connected to a mind frame. That's all I'm saying. So the knowledge that we have of this stuff is really false. Even when it comes down to the 12 tribe chart, Even when it comes down to all this genealogy, all of it is really false.
No problem, brother. I'm sure. Thank you for that. I'm glad we was able to share our information. I'm gonna let anybody else that wants to jump up here. I just wanted to see if there was any connection.
I mean,
right,
you can. Oh, okay. If you got any more questions, you can ask them, brother, or whatever you want to do. That's fine.
No, I don't really have no more questions. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too contentious, but maybe one day when he has more time, we could just do a sit down or something like that. That would definitely be dope.
Would you be
if you got a Facebook, if you got a Facebook, brother, man, like I said, I think I'll probably do one more bill with my brother, man. Like I said, when I got a little more time, but if you got a Facebook or TikTok, I'm on all those platforms, man.
Okay. I've ran past you on Bigo before. I don't know if you're still on there, but I've seen you on there.
Okay, all right, yeah. Man, I got banned on Bigo. They banned me for about 10 years.
Yeah, I did too, but I found a way back on.
Well, yeah,
they don't like that information.
Salute, brother, man. Salute. And for those who in the DMV area, y'all, I actually be speaking publicly.
Appreciate you coming out, brother God Energy. Appreciate you. Wow, that was a pretty good build there. Pretty good build, man. Somebody in the comments says, Judah is Christ. Okay. All right. Okay. So brother, we have got to plan this again, man. We got to do this again. This was a great experience, man. Because I still got questions and stuff. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you get out of here, man. But we got to plan this. Let's plan it live in front of everybody. So, when will you be available again, brother, to do another show? Oh, wait. Here we go. Hold on, brother. Miss Leroy finally made it. Oh, you lucky because he was about to go. Okay. If you got any questions, Miss Leroy, go ahead.
I just want
hold on. Wait, before you ask the questions, I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, this is the return of the Black Messiah. This is Jesus cometh. Respect God in the presence of what you're doing right now. Make sure you respect this Messiah that has come and returned to save us. Respect him and show him some love and ask your questions. You are witnessing and you are in the bear witness of the Messiah that has returned. So go ahead, Miss Leroy. What's your questions to the Messiah?
No, I just want to know, he say he's who?
He is your returned Messiah.
Of what?
Go ahead, brother. Explain it to him.
I come to restore the royal priesthood of God as the fallen tents of David.
You come to restore?
Correct.
The earth? Or people?
The earth. If you restore the earth, it's going to restore the people, but we got to renew our minds. So I come with the bread from heaven to renew our minds to enter the kingdom of God. That's within.
Uh-huh. So if that's so, scratching my head on that. If that's so, well, why you didn't prevent the coronavirus?
Dr. Savior taught us all about that, but remember, we are stiff-necked people. We don't want to hear the words of God. So those who have been hearkening to the word of God, the corona wouldn't affect them. The corona can't affect those who have the knowledge of God. It only affects those who don't have the knowledge of God.
Uh-huh. Well, I have the knowledge of God, and I never had it. But I'm just trying to figure out what you're trying to do and what you're gonna do.
You know the old prophecy where it say, as in the days of Noah, will it also be in the days of the Son of Man?
Uh-huh.
So I'm the Son of Man that's walking the earth with the Ark of the Covenant, but not many people believe. So that's what I'm doing. But soon the world will see, and those who believe will be sitting where I'm sitting at.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So how you gonna get all your people together?
I'm doing it now. I've been speaking to people all over the world. I will be speaking in DC, April 30th. I'm gathering many people. I got my brothers with me now. I have been gathering people over the years, so it's many people know about this information all over the world.
Well, why come I haven't heard it?
It might not be God's timing. It might be your time to hear it right now.
Okay. So, what you gonna do? Build an arch?
No, the ark of the covenant means the security, because right now we are drowning in watered down information. You know, all this information is watered down, so it's flooding our minds, and we are spiritually drowning in it. I come with the ark for those who believe in God to be saved from the false information that's drowning us. You know, so that it's actually a spiritual ark. It's not a. I'm not building a real boat. You know, like sometimes we come on these platforms, we say, let's build. I don't know if you say, you know, we say on that. So that's the kind of building I'm doing.
Yeah. So you trying to save the world and the people from the world from coming from the world from coming to the end?
Well, no, I'm trying to save the people from the watered down information.
Oh, okay, the word.
Yeah, the word. The lies, though. See, the lies is flooding our mind. It's like waters. The lies is like many, many waters. You know, I say Jesus is a fisherman of men. A fisherman of men, yeah, because he pulled the children of men and the daughters of men out the waters.
Okay, and then after
he keeps them from drowning.
Okay, and after you do that, then what?
We will restore our kingdom back in Ethiopia. That's what the kingdom will be in Ethiopia.
So you taking the ones that believe and not the ones that don't believe.
Well, everyone gonna believe in the end. But like those who believe, those are the people that's gonna be a part of the kingdom. Those who don't believe, they're gonna be least in the kingdom.
Okay, I understand that. Okay. Well, I'll be waiting.
You said those that believe what, brother?
Those who believe will be exalted in the kingdom. Those who don't believe will be the least in the kingdom.
Well, I guess you can count me out then, because I don't believe. I'm just being honest, but I do appreciate you coming to my platform and gifting me with all this information. And you know what? That just shows that you're not biased. You know what I'm saying? You even speak to a non-believer like, hey, y'all, say, man, this brother deserves some credit, man. Like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Like, you know, any more questions, Miss Leroy, for Brother Judah?
No, I'll be waiting on him.
All right.
Do you believe that he is the return of God, the return of the Messiah, Jesus that cometh? Do you believe that he is the return of what you believe in?
I'll see.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
good answer. That's a good answer.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
All right then.
I appreciate you having me on, brother, man. I think I'll be available probably, like I said, this week I'm gonna be getting a little thing straight, so maybe in about another 2 weeks I'll be available again, man.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What'll be that date, man? Because I want to go ahead and have that date where I can go ahead and put it up on the calendar.
If you like Saturdays, you can do it like I say 2 weeks from this Saturday.
2 weeks from Saturday, yeah, I do like Saturdays. Well, we can do what 7, or you want to go into like 8:30? Well, how you want to do it?
I read about 8:30. You know, 8:30. You know where I'll be a little more settled.
Okay, got you. Because I'm Central. What's your time zone?
I'm Central.
Oh, okay. So we're around the same time. All right, by 8:30. 8:30 Saturday. So 2 weeks from today, everybody, their brother Judah will be returning. Will be back in the house.
Thank you. Be on.
What'd you say?
So he'll be back May 7th.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Yes.
Yeah, because the 6th is Friday.
Okay. All right. Well, no, yeah, it'll be on upcoming events. I ain't thinking and shit that far ahead. I was gonna do all that calculation when I got off of this, but
Okay,
no,
Tony.
I'm just kidding, y'all. All right, I'm just kidding, y'all. I know how to calculate shit. But
Okay,
anyway,
nice meeting you.
thank you for
All
coming,
right,
Miss.
all right, Miss. Nice meeting you also.
All
Greetings,
right,
greetings.
Tony.
All right.
So be sure to tune in, y'all. Be sure to tune in, y'all. And Brother Yaju Judah will be back in the building 2 weeks from today, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Be sure to return to see this brother back in action. I think I might have you do a little teaching, brother. Would you mind teaching a little bit of this next visit?
I will. Yeah.
He say, come on, man. This is your path, man. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Come on, brother.
Now you gotta think about, bro. I've been doing this for so long now, bro. It's more work than teaching now, man. It ain't really a lot of teaching. It's more revealing. But like I said, I have something for you though.
Okay, cool. If you got a presentation, that'll be cool too. Be sure, man, if y'all want to be a guest on the show, hit me up on my email right here, man. TonyReal0044@gmail.com. Download Bigo app, follow me on Bigo, Tony Real the God. Donate today, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag Big Tony, man, to support the channel, man. All right. Y'all be looking out, man. This brother is coming back, man. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And I appreciate it. You coming, brother, and, gifting my platform with your presence, man. I got so many questions, man. That's why we got to do it again. So 2 weeks from today, he coming back, y'all. And we're going to get it in. Thank you for coming, brother.
All right, salute, man. I appreciate you for inviting me. I'm out.
All right. Okay, everybody. So I appreciate everybody for coming to the show today, man. This was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show. Brother Jason Stark, you say great show. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And hopefully I can bring y'all another show. So we will be doing more shows. I will be doing more shows. I have other shows planned for next week. I do want to say, make sure that y'all go to my other YouTube channel because I don't promote it that much, but I need to start doing it. It is called Tony Real the God Reacts. It's a reaction channel. That's what it is. Okay. So check that channel out. And, say if you like reaction videos, that's my other channel, Tony Real the God Reacts. All right. And also check out a third channel that I am a part of. It's called Tony and Amusement. So it's a show pretty much like this one, but a different narrative, on different topics and stuff like that. It's with me and this very, very smart young man. He calls himself Amusement. He's a young man, and he's very smart, and he has a good head on his shoulders. And he would, he likes what I do. Obviously, he's a fan of what I do. And he finally convinced me after 3 years of knowing who I was to do a show with him. So I'm trying out. I'm trying to help the young man. I'm trying to, I'm supporting him. You know what I mean? So be sure to go and look at me and this young man's channel, Tony and Amusement. Check out the channel, man, and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. Very, very bright young man. And ain't nothing wrong with helping the kids, y'all. All right? Ain't nothing wrong with helping the children, man, because, they need that, inspiration, man. So, and I like helping the kids, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So learn, take a child under your wing, teach them, help them, support them, show them some love. Hey, and I guarantee you, what you showed them will make them successful. Okay, so make sure 2 weeks from today, Brother Yaju Judah will be back at 8:30 p.m. Central. Okay, Central. All right. Make sure if you want to be a guest, one more time, hit me up right here, TonyReal0044@gmail.com for a live screening or a phone screen, however you want to do it. You know what I mean? Also, download the Bigo app, Bigo, and follow your boy Tony Real the God on Bigo. And hit my panel up if you want to get an in-depth conversation with your boy Tony Real the God. Also, donate to support the channel. Donate today to support the channel. Hashtag Big Tony Main. All right, y'all? All right. So thank y'all for watching. The show was great. I had such a great time. You know what I mean? And for all of you that are believers, this is your Messiah. He has returned to pick you up. He has returned to deliver you. And for all the non-believers, yo, maybe one day we'll be purified and we will believe again. Okay? But this is the self-claimed and proclaimed return of the Black Messiah, Judah. And if you don't believe it, then hey, either get with it or go the other direction. It's up to you. He's come back into the flesh, just like a lot of you believers believe. He's come back and he is on a mission to save his people. All right. 2 weeks from today, Judah again, part 2, coming back to the platform. Holla at your boy. I'm out. Holla at your boy, family.